Welcome to Emunah, Our Shield, live from Yerushalayim.
How much does it cost? I say a certain number, $850. Great. In a moment, $850 is in Rabbi Benzie's hand.
So we see that Jewish people are stepping up and doing things they've never done before. Hi, welcome to my show, Emunah, Our Shield. I'm so excited to share amazing new ideas that I heard in these last few days. We have some awesome people here who have joined to help us get more uplifted. Thank you, Rina, and thank you, Bina.
Oh, thank
Welcome.
you. So excited to be here.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So what I want to say is that right now, especially in this hall, Faces of Israel, we are doing incredible things. Rina and Bina have been part of all this. So we're going to let them tell us a little bit what they've seen and how much acts of kindness have been sent out to the world from what you've been seeing. So, Bina, you want to tell us?
Yeah. Okay, sure. So I'm saying I volunteer here at the Montefiore Hall. And it just being here every day is, I just leave feeling so inspired. Just watching the people are so selfless. It just, no one really gets sleep here, and then people are just keep going, and they're just so excited to help and contribute. Just the amount of packages that come in here every day, donations like clothing and supplies for the soldiers. It's just an inspiration, and people we have people coming in here all the time, just like, hey, how could I help? Like, please just let me know what I could do, and like we just add them to the list if we can't have them help at that second, and just the list keeps growing of how many people just want to volunteer and do whatever they can to help.
Thank you. That's so beautiful. And Rina, what have you seen from being here?
So I started out creating the program here with Excel. It just was able to organize everything that was going in, coming out, and through that process of then after seeing it in work a little bit, seeing all the people coming in, all that list just keep on growing, whether it's cookies, whether it's letters, whether it's chalot and clothing, just the people from the neighborhood all want to contribute. But not only that, like not to stop there, as in the volunteers also here. There's such a family here, and just each trying to contribute in their own way and where their strengths are just is something that I find so inspiring. You find people with the computer work, you find people with the organizational work, and you find people who are just like really brave and they're going to like the front lines to help those soldiers. Each side is just so inspiring in their own way.
And you've seen like hundreds, not like, a few bags here and there. Like when you see bags, how many bags do you see coming in?
No one really comes and donates like one bag. They're like, oh, like I need people. I come to my house. Like I need a few like people to come and help me bring all the bags, and it just keeps on coming. It's an inspiration.
Like a whole carload, like the back, the front, the middle, the end, every corner's filled.
They
So
need,
what
like,
are we
golf
seeing
carts.
here? Golf carts.
Yeah.
We're seeing here that acts of kindness are spreading through the entire world and helping every single person. That's just here. And there are so many organizations that are going around and helping everyone. What have you seen with the washing machine and dryer? Mind-blowing.
The amount of videos that have been coming to my phone, depending where this video goes, I know a lot of news is making its way to America, more of the negative side, and there is a lot of scary things happening, but there's also so much positivity out there that if you find like the right groups and where to find that information, I've been seeing videos of different groups dancing together, people just sending a variety of things to the soldiers. Like, who would think to bring like an ice cream truck, like you had mentioned? And a video I saw was someone brought a whole truck that was just filled with laundry machines and an ironing board. And they just were putting soldiers' uniforms in this laundry, cleaning it, ironing it, that they should feel fresh and like feel like people, not just dirty a whole week and sweaty.
Yeah, they are people at the end of the day, and they also want clean clothes.
Isn't that incredible to go down to the front lines with an ice cream truck free to give out to all the soldiers? Soldiers are like, thank you for thinking of like these big, basic things that we need. And people are going down to the front lines front lines means that on the way, there could be rockets. On the way, there's sirens. On the way, you have to run into a bomb shelter. It's not like you're just going down. They know the fear of going down, and they're risking their lives going down because they know how important it is to do acts of kindness, and it's changing the world. Every single person makes a difference. Could you explain to us how everyone makes a difference? Like, let's say if you're in America, you're like, how could I make a difference? I'm just one person. But what are we seeing about each individual person, how much everyone makes a difference, Bina?
So I think what we have to remember is that we're all connected somehow. I very much believe also our energies are connected. Everything that we do, it gets put out into the world, and it doesn't just affect us. It affects all of us on a large scale. So I would say. So sometimes, it's hard when you're not here, like where you could help out on, like on a practical, tangible way. It kind of feels like you're not really doing anything, but really, I believe that, wherever we were when the war, broke out, we were exactly where we needed to be, and God knew exactly how we could contribute and what we needed, what the world needed from us. So whether someone's not here in Israel and can't really help out, go do deliveries and go drive things and donate, it's like I find prayers is a huge way that affects everything here. And I'm sure you've had stories like that you've heard. I'm saying how prayers just changed things in unnatural ways and miracles.
I love that. Do you want to tell us about the Gaza, the missile that went out and how the prayer had an effect, Rina?
Well, I think there's going to be endless stories. Thank God, Baruch Hashem, thank God, that you find where the missile is coming towards Israel, but then at last minute it starts turning the other way, or the story of a whole house exploding and everything being gone, but the tefillin stands there alone, unscathed. But just a little piece about each person's contribution. Something I heard really nice this morning from an unidentified rabbi was just like in an army, you have the drivers, you have the people who are shooting, you have people who are taking care of behind the scenes, whether it's with wounds. So too, in the back lines, we have each person contributing in their own way, whether it be through prayer, whether it be through money, whether it's through volunteers. Everybody has their own battalion on the back lines as well.
I love that. I think that's so beautiful. And also, what was so cool? Eli Beer, he's the Hatzalah guy who protects this country, and he's done insane things. He said, even giving someone a smile, you're walking into a grocery store, smile at the people. Right now, we need to spread kindness, spread love, spread sweetness. That's what we need to do right now. And there are people going around giving out candies to kids just to make them feel good, going to hotels and realizing people don't have basic things, bringing toys to the kids, and they get so excited about the toys.
Yeah.
So little things are really big these days, and that's what we need to realize, that my little actions, my little me, your little you, we all make a difference. You're in America, you can pray. You're in America, you can be kind to somebody else. You're in America, you can do things that you say, I make a difference. Those words saying, I make a difference, will make the difference.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good idea. What do you want to say?
Yeah. And also, it's kind of like if we think about an ecosystem, everyone's kind of like reliant on each other. The same way we need the farmers, and we also need the businessmen. We need both to keep things running. So everyone contributes differently, and it all makes a difference. And we can't do this without one another. And we're made different for a reason, and we all have so much to add and so much to contribute. And the world wouldn't stand without all our different tools and talents that we've been given. And
I love that.
Yeah, and we need to use it.
Especially now, each person that stood up and said, I'm going to make a difference,
Yeah.
was one person saying, I'm going to make a difference. That is so huge. For example, my husband, he woke up the day after it happened, he said, oh my gosh, we have to make a difference. What are we going to do? Okay, you want to come volunteer? And one guy's like, yeah, I'm coming. And all of a sudden, another one.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this turned into an operation that they didn't even dream of. They thought it's going to be a small little thing. They're just going to help some people out. And all of a sudden, boom. That's what happens. Hashem says, you open up for me the eye of an eagle, and I'll open up a world of a hole for you. Meaning, like, I'll open up the world for you. We have to put in our little effort. And like the fact that there's like an organization going around giving out laundry and all these things. It's one person who thought of it, and that one person made it happen. So we need to know that every one individual, you make a difference. You know what else I want to say that's absolutely beyond amazing? That we see that our mitzvot are really, really helping us. There was a woman who literally, she's crying as she's saying this story. She said, when the terrorists came towards her house, she saw with her own eyes. She saw them by her door with guns facing her. She saw it, and they were coming. And she said, it was Shabbat. And she's like, oh my God. She told her kids, take 2 knives. Okay, we're going to. And then she's like, what am I going to do with these knives? Like, how is that going to help? No, it's not going to help. So what does she do? She says, I looked up to the sky and said, Hashem, I am taking upon myself right now that I am going to keep Shabbat from today until the last day of my life. I'm going to keep Shabbat. And she said, I'm in such danger now. Please, God, save me. She said, I'm not done my job here in this world. I need to start becoming closer to you. And as she said those words, she saw the terrorists walk away from her house.
Amazing.
What do we see? We see that mitzvot, kindness, Shabbat. It's saving our lives. You think it's just, I'm just doing one thing. This woman's life and her 2 children were saved instead of holding knives. What's that going to help? It can't help.
Yeah, they create realities, like our actions. Saying it could create like miracles, yeah.
In ways that we would never imagine.
Yeah.
And there was another woman, her daughter was actually one of the hostages. And she decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get closer to God. She did have frashat challah. Frashat challah, for whoever doesn't know, is basically, for Shabbat, we have challah, special bread for Shabbat. And when you make a special dough, and you take a little piece and you give it to God. And she said, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to pray that my daughter will come back. And as she's praying, she's crying, begging Hashem, please let my daughter come back. And her daughter comes home. And her daughter comes home a few days later, and she's completely, like, okay. And everyone's, like, looking like, wait, are you sure? She's okay. We don't know what okay means, but the fact is that her making the challah and actually showing Hashem that she wants to be close to Him brought her daughter back. What are we seeing? We're seeing over here a message that Hashem is talking to us through the things that are happening. He's saying, everyone, I need you to step up. Yeah. I need you to become greater people. You can't continue being the way you were. I shook up the world because I need you to wake up. And we can't go back to sleep. So I think in closing, we should just give our little message of realizing that we make a difference. Our mitzvot make a difference. Little things and big things are impacting the whole world. And you can say, I make a difference. And we said on our last podcast, the Arabs are trying to pull us apart, but we got connected through the heart.
Wow, oh, very nice line.
I like that.
Yeah. So that's really what happened. We got connected through the heart.
Yeah.
And just give us one more little sample of what you've seen, maybe on any videos of the achdus, of the unity that you've seen of the world now going so much higher than we've ever had before.
I think a piece of you mentioning how many more people are taking on their own mitzvot, whether it be a lot of soldiers are now starting to wear tzitzit, and the women are taking on Shabbat, or at least lighting candles Friday evening. Something that we were doing just a couple of Shabbosim ago was that as many Jews as we could get our hands on around the world to all keep Shabbat for just 1 week. If every Jew could keep Shabbat for 1 week, we're told that Mashiach is going to come. The importance of every single Jew.
Yeah.
It takes every single Jew for Mashiach to come to keep Shabbat. So everybody to make their effort and to spread their own kindness and their own love and to influence others and invite guests over, as many people as possible, to keep Shabbat for that one Shabbat.
Thank you. And Bina, what do you want to say in closing?
Just, I think the situation, that we're in, it like put things into perspective of like what actually matters right now. It's kind of like things that we thought were important are right now like, hey, like I don't know if that really matters right now. Right now it's just about connecting and being there for each other. And I find that when a lot of things are taken away from us, it kind of lets us really see what life's really all about. And it just making a difference, being there for others. I think that's really what we're noticing right now, of just connecting with God, and the way we connect to God is just like connecting like to other people, and that's really what he wants from us. And it doesn't matter who. We're all people, and we all have, you know, a good soul at the end of the day, and it's okay. Like, it's okay what you've done in the past, and at the end of the day, it's not what matters. We all just want to be good people and do good, and I'm starting to see that now, you know, and I think everyone else is also just wanting to be there for each other, just because.
Because we love them.
Yeah.
I love that. And I think what I'm going to end off with is two little mini stories of just seeing the soldiers. The soldiers are going out to Gaza. They're scared for their lives. They know that some people don't come home. They know this is real. They know that like their lives are at stake and they're dying for us. And before they go in, they all scream together, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. They're screaming, everyone in the world here, there's only one God. This is how we're going to fight the war. And you think about it, when you say the Shema, you cover your eyes. You would think to yourself, you're saying Shema, scream it out loud. Everyone should hear me. Why are we covering our eyes? We're covering our eyes to say, I don't understand everything that you're doing, God, but I know that you are in charge. So I cover my eyes saying, it's not me. I don't have the power. I'm putting my whole trust in you. And when you put your whole trust in God, you start to feel alive. You start to see miracles that you've never seen before. So I give us all a blessing that when we go into the week this week with our thoughts of realization that I make a difference, my prayer, my actions, when you go into the world this week, let's go in with the realization that Hashem is watching you and He's watching your actions, and your action could tip the scale to save someone's life. Your action could be the thing that can make miracles happen that you don't even know about. And I bless us that we just become a unified nation. We don't matter. You're coming from anywhere in the world. You're coming from the north, the south, the east, the west. Everyone's connecting. It doesn't matter. We are a unified nation, and that's what we want to give everyone that message. We are unified. Am Yisrael forever. What does that mean? What does it mean?
We are alive.
No matter how much they try to destroy us?
Yeah.
We keep coming out standing strong.
But and really living, not just like going through the motions, but we feel alive, and we want to make change.
Alive, key word, like
Real, yeah.
emotional alive, standing up alive,
Spiritually,
together alive.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Old City Radio. Hope to see you again very soon.
I cannot wait to share more amazing stories about how awesome the Jewish people are.
Faces International, thank you very much.